It's the grandson of Right Thought. Welcome back to the School of Marvelous Light. Remember how we were talking about it's difficult for a people to hear the truth of their shortcomings, wrongdoings, their judgments, and ultimately their punishments. And this can be easily understood by yourself when you were a child, if you just think back. When you were a child, if your parent, gave you a warning and said, hey, if you don't stop, I'm going to get you, mister. And you kept on messing around. And then you got swatted, popped. Oh, snap. You didn't like that. And that's why you were warned ahead of time, so that you could amend your ways and not get the pop. But you didn't amend your ways. So why are you mad at being popped? Isn't it strange? You didn't change your ways, but you're mad at being popped, though you were warned. Well, it's because you ignored the warning. This is what I want all of you to focus on right now, little flock. They ignored the warning. Now, when Abiyah does anything he does, what does he do first? He reveals it to his servants, the prophets, first. So then all throughout our history as Israelites, Abba has sent us prophets to warn us when we're getting out of line, when we're going astray, to amend our ways. Now, if you just look in your Israelite record book, which they call the Bible, if you look in your Israelite record book, you'll see over and over and over and over again, many times, that a prophet was saying that very thing. Amend your ways, Israel, or this is the whooping you're going to get. And then what does it say? It says they mocked the prophets. So do y'all see that? They mocked the prophets. They didn't listen. They stopped their ears, would not hearken. Said, get away from us. Prophesy smooth things. We don't want to hear we're going to get a whooping. Tell us everything's going to be all good. Well, why lie? Why not just tell you the truth? So since this is the history of Abiyah's dealing with Israel, we all must have a good understanding of what's going on right now. Abiyah has sent forth his prophets to proclaim judgment on a particular nation. Now, who is this particular nation? Edom, like I've been telling you. So the Edomite nation is under Abba's judgment. You see that? They are going to be judged, and they are being judged for the things that they have done. Well, their list of things they have done is very long. So they have a very long judgment to be read off to them. Well, they don't like hearing that. But is it going to change the fact that Esau will be destroyed because of what they've done? No, it doesn't change it. Now, was this prophecy already revealed to Obadiah? Yes, it was. And many other prophets, they all have spoken of this. This particular nation in the end being destroyed. Now, that particular nation is not going to be happy to hear that. They may even mock the ones that tell them that. Nonetheless, it's true. Now, how do I know this? Because I am an Israelite. And my people were warned that they were going to go through great tribulation. They were warned that they would be kicked out of their homeland. They were warned that they would have to eat their own children. They were warned that their houses would fall apart and their love would wax cold toward one another. They were warned that they would be taken into Egypt again with ships. They were warned that the stranger that is among you will get up above you very high and you will come down very low. They were warned that the stranger would become the head and they would become the tail. They were warned. But they didn't amend their ways, and they suffered 400 years of slavery again because of it. This ain't the first time, nor is it the second time or the third time this has happened to Israel. This has happened to them many. They have got several whoopings. Y'all hear me? And they were always warned before the whooping. Always. Abba never delivers a whooping without first revealing to his servants, the prophets, that he will give one. And the prophets will tell the people, Abba's going to whoop your ass. You must amend your ways and repent. You must change. You must turn from the outside world and turn to the inner world before it is too late. You must confess your faults before the king before it is too late. They lift up their voice like a trumpet in those moments. And then those people stop their ears and they say, stop and prophesy smooth things. Tell us everything's going to be okay. Tell us Babylon will live forever. No! Babylon will fall in an hour. And great will be the fall of it. And those who see the fall of Babylon shall look from afar off and wail over Babylon and say, no! No! Not her! Can't be! But it is so. Though you believed it not, it is so. It has been said over and over and over and over and over so many times. And yet, what do you all do? You all deny it. Don't you? You all deny it. No, that's not the way it works. Okay, well then you tell me how it works then. Abba, y'all just do stuff and there ain't never no warning going out? All right then, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. So do y'all hear any warnings going out now? Do y'all? Well, you should have. Because the prophet's been hollering, letting y'all know exactly what's going on. What exactly is coming? See, they're going to try to deceive you all with nuclear weapons. Let's talk about that. Nuclear weapons ain't going to be able to do shit. It ain't nuclear weapons. But they shall indeed lie to you and tell you that it is when it happens. When what happens, grandson? When the radioactive asteroids rain down upon this earth. When they hit in the Atlantic Ocean on the East Coast and hit on the Pacific Ocean on the West Coast, then they're going to tell you all that the Russians have fired their nuclear submarines and they fired their missiles. And that's what that fire is coming down from the sky. No. Abba is going to bring this place down to its knees with his own power. He doesn't need your help, man. Thank you very much, but sit your ass back and watch what Abba Yah will do. For he has told the Israelites several times, you shall not need to fight in this battle. Stand still and see the salvation of your Lord. So then, how in the hell do you niggas think you're going to be able to ones to bring this shit to an end? You're not. It's not written that you would. Abba will. But a great deception shall indeed fall on this land. So there's the warning for that too. See? You're getting warned about everything. It's whether you believe it or not. Now, a prophet got a track record. Okay? He has a track record. And if his track record stand true, which means that the things that he says out of his mouth be falling indeed true, well then there ain't no need for you to think he's lying to you then. That's scriptural as well. You see? And I've already warned you guys. This is the end of the 7 years. Okay. 2022, September. In particular, September 23rd. Now, September 23rd in the East would mean the 24th for you Americans. So that would be the 24th of September for you over here in America, but over there in the East, that would be the 23rd. You see? Because they're a day ahead of you. Oh, excuse me. Reverse that. Reverse everything I just said to you. I got ahead of myself there. That would be the 24th in the east and the 23rd here because they're a day ahead of you. Excuse me. So do y'all follow that? Say Jerusalem over there that they call Jerusalem. Over there, it would be the 17th, though it's the 16th here. Y'all see that? All right. So this is the end of a 7-year clock coming into the 8th week of Enoch. And before that is going to be a great tribulation. See, after tribulation comes great tribulation. And they didn't know that the tribulation was going to be 7 years of time. They didn't know. They thought it was 3.5 years of tribulation and 3.5 years of great tribulation. Nope. 7 years of tribulation. And that 7 years of tribulation started in 2015. So you count 7 years and you'll see where you're at on the clock. Now, the Feast of Trumpets is coming up. And guess when it's coming up, everybody? The 24th of September. That would be the Feast of Trumpets. What does the Psalm 81 say? What does Psalm 81 say? Well, while we're here, let's just take a gander and see what it says. Let's just take a gander and see what Psalm 81 says. Let's see. Psalm 81, start at verse 1. Sing aloud unto El our strength, and make a joyful noise unto the El of Jacobah. Take a psalm, and bring hither the timbrel, the pleasant harp with the psaltery. Verse 3, blow up the trumpet. Feast of Trumpets, September 24th, 2022, marking the end of the 7 years. Blow you up the trumpet in the new moon. That's also a new moon. Do you hear this, y'all? 24th of September, new moon. Come on. Blow up the trumpet in the new moon in the time appointed. Wait a minute. The time appointed. So the trumpet's blowing at a new moon is the time appointed. Do y'all hear it or do you not hear it? Okay, then. On our solemn feast day. What day is that? The Feast of Trumpets. See? That's coming up at the end of the 7 years. You can't make that up, y'all. Why? For this was a statute for who? Israel. And a law. To who? The law of the El of Jacobah. This he ordained in Joseph for a testimony when he went out through the land of Egypt. See? Where I heard a language that I understood not. Oh my goodness gracious. I removed his shoulder from the burden. Y'all hear that? His hands were delivered from the pots. Abba said, when that happened, I delivered my people from slavery. So do y'all see what I'm telling you right now? You blow up that Feast of Trumpets trumpet in the new moon. That's to mark Abba Yah delivering us from the shoulder of burden and the hands from the pots. No longer being slaves. See? You see? Thou calledest in trouble, and I delivered thee. See? Trouble. Tribulation, 7 years. What did I just tell you guys? See how I was doing this? See how he's doing this? I answered thee in the secret place of thunder. I proved thee at the waters of Meribah. Selah. What does he mean, I proved you at the waters of Meribah? To see if you would make the same mistake that Moses made. Would you speak to the rock or would you strike the rock and disobey Abba Yah during that 7 years of testing he was going to be doing Jacob? See? Hear, O my people, and I will testify unto thee, O Israel, if thou wilt hearken unto me. See, there shall no strange God be in thee. So when he blows up that trumpet in September 24th, y'all better have your houses clean. You better have your houses clean. I'm warning you. See, no strange God be in thee, neither shall you worship any strange God. Y'all hear that? I am Abba Yah, your El, which brought you out of the land of Egypt. Open thy mouth wide, and I will fill it. But my people would not hearken to my voice. and Israel would none of me. So I gave them up unto their own hearts and lusts. So those that didn't hearken to Abba Yah to come in when he woke us up, when he said, okay, 2015 to 2022, y'all want to come home, come on home. Those who didn't listen, what did he say? I gave y'all up to your own heart's lust. So he'll leave you here in the world to just keep chasing it, is what he's saying. And they walked in their own counsel. Look at this. Oh, that my people had hearkened unto me, if they just would have listened. Didn't I tell y'all this in the beginning? And Israel had walked in my ways, I should soon have subdued their enemies. Do y'all hear this, Israel? And turned my hand against their adversaries. 15. The haters of Abba should have submitted themselves unto him, but their time should have endured forever. He should have fed them also with the finest of the wheat, and with honey out of the rock should I have satisfied thee. So what does this mean? During that 7-year tribulation, 2015, 2022, he called the first fruits. The rest of Israel are still blinded, and they're going to have to go through great tribulation for 3.5 years. The lost sheep, that is. Remember, the main harvest. They're still blinded. So he's going to let them go on with their lust and chase after their money and chase after sex and whatever else they want to do. He said, I would have gave y'all rest and peace, but y'all still want to chase after the nonsense. So go ahead on and chase after it. You see? So this is also a warning to Israel, like I'm telling you right now it is. God changes not. He does everything the same way. Why would he say blow the trumpet in the new moon at the time of the feast? Why would he say that? Because that's the time when he delivers us out of bondage. Now, do you still want to be a slave? Do you still want to be at the pots? Your shoulders still want to be weighed down? Well, then go ahead and enjoy a great tribulation, because that'll be coming for you. But if you amend your ways and accept Abba Yah's request to come out of her, then he will keep you from the hour of temptation that is to try this whole earth. You see? Simple and easy to be understood. Abba Yah has always warned, and the people don't want to hear the warning, as we just heard. They did not hearken. They wouldn't hear my voice. They didn't want to hear nothing I had to say, he said in verse 11. So I gave them up to their own heart's lust. And that's going to happen to everybody, not just Israel. I told you, Israel's being liberated. They're going to be going through this fire to chasten them, those who didn't just come in when he first called. When the first fruits go, then the lost sheep are going to awaken. And when they awaken, they are going to go through their hour of tribulation. 3.5 years. It's going to be hard. Just like the 7 years was hard for the first fruits. Believe me, these 7 years have been tough. I'm not lying. They have been. Abba Yah woke me up September 2015. So I'm not making up any lies to you guys. Abba chose that time to do it. Why? Because he was giving us 7 years, just like he said. Now that 7 years is up this month. This month it's up. Do y'all hear me? So do y'all that have washed y'all garments, y'all hear that? Now I don't know what the events are going to unfold, in what sequence they will unfold in. We have to lean to Yahushua's words about the end, as he had told us. A time unlike any trouble that has ever been on this earth, as he stated. But those who endure to the end shall be indeed saved. So it's going to be a time of endurance. After this September, everything will change. Everything will change. Prepare for the volcano to erupt. Hawaii is under great threat right now. By the end of this year, maybe even November, Hawaii could explode. Explode, y'all, causing a tidal wave. to crush the West Coast. Not to mention the earthquake. These things are nigh upon us. And I'm only here to warn you. You can believe it if you want to or not. It's up to you. It's your choice. It's your choice. So the point of this, all in all, was to simply remind you that when Israel fell, as you had read, they didn't hearken. So when the Gentiles fall, are they going to hearken to the messages, to the warnings? Silawan, Mr. Allah.